Hey, we know parents and kids are stuck in the house together and parents are trying to take on that teaching role. So let us kind of take some of that load for you and read a story and also teach you about plumbing. I'm Eddie. I'm a plumbing supervisor here at Morris-Jenkins, and I'm going to read Curious George, Plumber's Helper.
George loved bath time. Today he had a good idea. He took a box of new toys into the bath with him. But these toys didn't float like his usual bath toys. With bath time over, George pulled the stopper. All the water went down the drain, and so did his toys. George thought hard. Since the toys went away when the water drained, maybe they would come back up if he filled the tub again. George turned the bathtub faucet. Uh-oh, water began to pour from the sink instead. There's a whole slew of problems happening here. If we got a backed up bathtub and the sink is overflowing, so got a clog somewhere. Water was backing up in every sink in the apartment, even in the kitchen. What's going on? Wondered the man with the yellow hat. It was time to call the plumber. You can call Morris-Jenkins for that. Mr. Auger, the plumber, arrived. From the plunger in his tool belt to the wrenches in his toolbox, Mr. Auger had some of the best tools George had ever seen. George went with Mr. Auger to the basement where the pipes were. Some pipes bring water in and some take water out, Mr. Auger explained. The main valve turns water on and off for the whole building. He told George Mr. Auger used a wrench to close the main valve. Now that the water is turned off, he explained, we can check inside the pipes in your apartment to find the clog that is causing the problem. Yeah, it's like a mechanical room for the whole building. I gotta know. Then Mr. Auger showed George how to remove a pipe joint and drain the bathroom sink. George peeked inside the pipe. Mr. Auger looked too, but he didn't find a clog. Looks like they got a galvanized P-trap there, taken apart. Mr. Auger unscrewed pipes in the kitchen, and using his screwdriver, he found the clog. George's toys. But how did they get from the bathroom to the kitchen? Mr. Auger explained that water from the bath pushed the toys down the pipes until the toy snake got tangled up and stuck. The other toys got stuck in the same spot too. The water couldn't get through, so it started going up other pipes and out into the sinks. After Mr. Auger tightened the pipes in the apartment, he let George open the main valve in the basement. George couldn't believe it. Now he knew how to fix a clogged drain too. After lunch the next day, the man asked George to clean up because he had to go out. Make sure to dump the food out before you wash the dishes in the dishwasher, he reminded George as he left. So George poured the food down the dishwasher drain. I think he had misinterpreted where he wanted him to dump it out. After loading all of the dishes, George started the dishwasher. Water and bubbles started oozing out of the machine. George decided there must be a new clog in the pipes. He swung into action. Using his monkey tools, he closed the pipe valve in the basement, just like Mr. Auger. He's got monkey tools. That was different than any other type of tool. George unscrewed the pipes and checked for clogs, but he didn't find anything. Maybe the clog was gone. George reopened the main valve in the basement, but upstairs the dishwasher was still overflowing. This is a serious situation they got going on here. As he walked home, the man with the yellow hat noticed that water was pouring off of his balcony like a waterfall. The man called the plumber right away. The food clogged the dishwasher, just like your toys clogged the pipes, Mr. Auger said. George finally understood. Only liquid should go down the drain. Very good, George. That night, when George took his bath, he didn't have to worry about clogging the pipes. His new bath toy was too big to go down the drain. That should be a Percy duck. Perfect. The end. we don't want to have any toys go into the drain line. We don't want to have toys that are too small be played with around plumbing fixtures. In this last page, it looked like he got a oversized duct that wouldn't be able to go into that tub drain, so it's a good thing.